And we've all done it. I've done it, you've done it. And what's really interesting, you guys, sometimes the 60 to 70% when they say no, they're not saying no because they don't want it. They're saying no because they need more reassurance. But one of the problems that we have is we let them leave without following up. And you don't follow up with a close. When they say no, the first thing you do is you pause 3 to 5 seconds. And this gives the client time to think about why they said no, because you've been talking about it for 30 minutes or an hour. And it gives you time to analyze your presentation. Did I romance it enough? Did I use enough value-added statements? Did I do the ask, listen, paraphrase, close? Did I handle all objections with speed and accuracy? Never in this store do a price presentation, guys. Never make it about the price. That's a sale killer. All right? Did you talk too much? Gives you time to analyze. So you pause. Next thing you do is you lean in just a tad. But they got to be looking at you when you do. They got to see it and feel it. Then whispering, there's 4 things you say. Now, when I came at Program 1, we talked about create, romance, appraisal, price, and close. And I said, I don't want anybody selling like me. I said, I'll teach it, you mold it to fit. Mold it to fit. Make it yours, all right? The steps are the same, but make it yours. The 4 things I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to say in the order that I'm telling you, and not because I said so, because it's correct. Too many times when the client says no, one of the things you guys want to do is you make it about the price. And then, if it's that, because you made it about the price, you walk away and say, well, let me see what I can do. So you run to the back, talk to somebody in the back, act like you talk to somebody back, come back with the price. Sell killer. I have a presentation on the art of negotiation when you're selling these in diamonds, because sometimes you have to. And I understand that. When I have to, I do. But on my terms, not theirs. And I negotiate only in dollars, never percent, and it's always a little bit. But I have a 3-hour presentation on the art of negotiation, and you'll learn 3 terms: the crunch, the bogey, and the nibble. And these are things people do in presentations. So, the first question, after you... That was a Hellcat just went by. That's what I was challenged with. It was bad. Was it silver? No, it was candy apple red. They got a plum crazy and the lemon. They got 2 colors from '68. It's called plum crazy, the purple, and they got the yellow. It's called the lemon twist. Those are colors that were from 1968. But anyway, that's what just went by. So, back to where we were. Cars aren't a distraction, or are they not? You've paused, you've leaned in. First thing you say, and this is the first thing. Use your vocabulary and how you're comfortable, but this is the gist of what's said. I thought this was the one you wanted. And almost every time they come back and say it is, I just had to think about it for a moment. First thing said. Use your vocabulary, but I thought this was the one you wanted. If it goes to the second level, after that has been discussed, now you say, do you have questions I've not answered yet? Now, this smokes out any objections or questions that are left. If it goes to the third level, if it goes to the third, with a smile on your face, whispering, leaning in, you'll say, you want the bigger one, aren't you? Oh, no, this is fine. They just committed. Now, a few times in my life, I got to admit, they said, yes, want the bigger one. Guess what I was doing? Underselling. Now, while I brought that up, it's estimated that 50% of all people that purchase in jewelry stores today are undersold, even though the sale is closed. 50%. It's a big number. If it goes to the fourth level, now you say, and you got to be gentle how you say this, are you comfortable with the price? Almost all salespeople at number one don't say, I thought this was the one you wanted. They say, all right, is this in your budget? Or are you comfortable with the price? Now, let me throw you out a scenario. Guy pulled up in a jacked up Jeep, got big wheels and tires. He's got $40,000 in the undercarriage. Got Skyjacker on it, changed the gears, put on chrome axles, just done all the stuff to make it just climb straight up and go mud with his buddy. Those Jeeps are ugly, but they're expensive, are they not? And he's a surgeon at the hospital. And today's his 20th anniversary. His honey said, hey, you can go play with the boys, you can go mudding, but at 4 o'clock you're mine, you understand? So he's here at 3 o'clock. He's looking at the 2-carat cushion because she likes the shapes that the millennials are buying. You got a platinum mounting out. He's a multi-millionaire. And the first thing out of your mouth, because he's got on old boots, jeans, and a sweatshirt, and a crappy baseball cap, are you comfortable with the price? Oops. What'd you just do?
Shot him.
Sure did. What else did you do? Is that guy ever coming back in here?
Consulting.
Sure did. And tomorrow he's back in the operating room. There's 12 people in there. There's nurses making $100,000 plus a year. You know what those operating specialists make. And the client they're getting ready to operate on's asleep. They said, man, I was in this gorgeous store. They sold Rolexes. And one of the salespeople asked me if I could afford it. What did you tell 12 people?
Not to go here.
Not to go here. Never make it about the money. It's last. That's number 4. It's not number 1. It's number 4. Did you know when you make it about the price, you think they can't buy it? You said it's an insult. Is that an insult? Sure it is. Now, I'm just talking to Sammy in the back. Most people that come in buying Rolexes don't have on a suit. They've got on jeans, shorts, flip-flops. Do they not? Weren't we just discussing that, Sammy?
Sweatpants.
Yeah. So now number 4, because right now we're talking about what to do when the client says no. Are you comfortable with the price? Well, it's a little more than I wanted to spend. So that's what they'll come back and say. And I'm going to teach you something called option negotiation. You ready? Write it down. Option negotiation. This is how it works. So let's say I'm showing them a 2-carat cushion shape, platinum mounting. We're at $29.9. And he said, well, magic a little more than I wanted to spend. Now I'll come back and say, well, did you have a magic number? What is your number? Well, I wanted to spend about 20. And I say, well, I can do that. He's going, wow, that's great. I'll take the 2-carat out, put it in a 1-carat, same color, same clarity, just as beautiful as this one, and I get it at $19,950. Well, I want this one. Well, this is $29.5. What did I just do?
Give a good example of what the price is.
I did. I gave him an option. He thought I was going to take money off the 2-carat. It didn't. What did I do? Change the size of the diamond. That's called option. Sometimes they take the option. But when we realize I'm not negotiating on the price, I'm sticking at $29.5. Well, I still want this one, so that one's $29.5. All right, I'll take this one. I gave them an option. Sometimes they take it. Most of the time they don't like the option because I'm changing it. Sometimes I'll go from gold to stainless. I do the same thing, but it'll be stainless. But I can't do that. Well, I want this one. Well, this one's $29.5. That's called option negotiation. So you change it without sacrificing the integrity of the price or the item. It's called changing it without sacrificing the integrity of the price or the item. Is that a client?
No.
Oh, okay. Are those doors locked?
Yep.
It is now.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to have to hurt somebody.
It's locked. You're good.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good.
How are you?
Good.
You didn't want to be on camera, did you? Now, if I was to ask you guys when clients come in why they leave empty-handed, salespeople said they didn't know how to close. Said they had a fear of being rejected. We talked about what to do when the client says no. They're not rejecting you, they just say no to the product. Said they had a fear of price. Well, you know, how can a diamond be worth $1 million? Rarity. 100,000, rarity. 10,000, rarity. Fear of price. We can't have a price problem in here, guys, because you're going to sell out of your own pocketbook if you do. So they had a fear of being pushy. Those people don't really know how to close. That's the supposed to paraphrase close. Said they lack confidence and prejudging. We've all been prejudged, and we've accidentally all prejudged. We've all done it, not meaning to. I want you to think about why you don't close. And I want you to work on it. Everybody has a weakness in closing. My problem was I was always trying to close too soon with the direct close rather than giving them reassurance all the way through, because I am a missile impatient. If I'm with somebody over 45 minutes, I'm done. My wife can be with somebody for 3 hours. I cannot do that. So I want to talk to you about teamwork and team selling and team salesmanship. Did you know if you team sell it, the closing ratio goes up as much as 50%? There's times I'm going to bring in, if I worked here, a lady. There's times I'm going to bring in a technician from the back. There's times I'm going to bring in an owner. There's different times I'm going to use different profiles. Sometimes I want a serpentine patient. Sometimes I want the mechanic that works on the actual timepieces. Sometimes I want to bring out the owner. But I want you to have sales meetings after I leave on team selling and TOing. Several of them. Because when you team sell, there's 4 words you're going to discuss in a sales meeting. Here are the words. First word. When. Timing is critical. Have you ever noticed sometimes when you actually do the team seller TO, you actually stay too long by the time you bring somebody in? Have you ever done that? Yeah, we've all done it. You stay too long. The moment you know you're losing it is when you bring somebody in. They ask you a question you didn't know. They threw out an objection you couldn't handle. There is technical information somebody else had or product knowledge somebody else had you don't have. When. Don't keep staying with them. I had somebody say earlier this year, I'll stay with them until hell freezes over. Well, geez, when you finally do a team sale, giving somebody a body bag, and there's not anybody in there in the business resurrecting the dead. It just didn't. That's a cell killer when you stay too long. Second word. Who is coming in? The who changes based on the client's needs. Can't be the same person all the time. Third, we're going to discuss, how are you guys going to do this? Because it's got to be universal. It's got to be the same. Stories in last week, they do and I go there every year, but they'll look at somebody, if I'm looking at you and I pull on my earlobe, that means come. And then what was interesting is mine, I'd say, hey Emily, I need your professional assistance on something for a moment, please. So if you're on the floor, you can't be out here stranded by yourself without anybody else. Cell killer. If you're stranded and somebody comes in, guess who has to greet? What if you're in your 30-second window and you're ready to close? You can't be stranded on the floor. Come on out, sir. Come on, grab a chair. You don't have to stand there. Come on out. There's a chair right here. All right. Come on and have a seat. And every time you walk away to go get somebody, if they're in the back, because you need somebody in the back, that's a cell killer. Why is that a cell killer? Well, let's say I have a beautiful 2-carat mounting out here, and somebody needs in the back, and nobody's here. I can't do this. Hey, Sammy! Hey! Sammy! Hey! Cell killer. Now, let's say I walk away, but I take the 2-carat mounting with me. Real nice kid. But there's $30,000 there, so I'll say I'll be right back, but I take it. What'd I tell him?
You don't trust you.
Cell killer. Let's say I leave it. And you walk away. Who's doing this?
Because he's like always looking around to see because he doesn't feel comfortable with it.
I'm not touching. Where'd the crap take go? Somebody's coming in. I've got a garden. I'm not. What they said switch it? I'm not. I was going to take them to get back here. Both those are self-killers, guys. If you take it, you tell them you don't trust them. If you leave it, you're stressing them out. And so, we've got when, who, how. Fourth word you're going to discuss, why they're coming in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are they coming in? So if I've been with somebody for an hour, I can't bring you in and tell you and talk to you for an hour everything we've discussed. I've got 15 seconds to bring you up to speed. So if I said, Robin, his name's Frank, his wife's name's Emily. Today is their 30th anniversary. He's looking at this 2-carat Prince shape, and I just told him it's $17,950. What comes after price? Always the clothes. If I said I was in step number 2 of my presentation, and the client's going, how many steps are there? Wait, just a second. How's this work? If I said I was talking about pink, cream, rose, and pearls, that's step number 2, romance. If I said, by the way, this is a VS1F, and they wanted to know a little bit more about the lab report, I'm step 3, appraisal and technical. Guys, you got to know the steps, and you got to know when I call you in where I'm at, what's needed. I can't say this is where I'm at, and this is what I need you to do. I'm going to give you clues. If I just said the price, you know what I need. I need closing. All right? So why are you coming in? So you got to let the person know where you're at and why they're coming here. Now, here's what I want you to do. Sammy, if you'd come behind the case here, please. You're the seller. Adam, I'd like you to come up here and you're the client. Guys, what I'm going to show you right now is very, very important, okay? So, Sammy said, hey, Shane, I need your professional assistance for something for a moment, please. When you come in, you never come back behind the case. Because what is actually happening now is there's 2 people here in a power position. All right? Not good. The new stores, I'm helping people design, and I design stores all the time. We're opening the cases from both sides because we're finding out when you're on the same side with the client, it's called same side selling, the closing ratio goes up again. So he says, hey Shane, I need your professional assistance. So what I do is I come on and I get on the client's right, always the right. This right here is left. Left-handed, left is negative. Right is positive, so always get on the client's right. Now, I'm not going to face the salesperson. I'm totally going to turn my body against this individual and totally face the client. So when you're called in, get on their right and face the client. Do not face the salesperson. So now he might say something, but all of my direction is totally to the client, not the salesperson. Now, I'm on the same side, so I'm the nice guy, right? Okay. Always right, always face him. Now, he said, Shane, I need your professional assistance on something for a moment, please. But all of a sudden, I'm doing better than he was. So if somebody needs to leave, who actually needs to leave, is who called me in. Now, he said, I just need your professional assistance on something for a moment, please. So that means come in, assist, and leave. But he's going, man, Shane's doing... So what he needs to say is, can I get you guys a cup of coffee? If you don't drink coffee, say yes. Because now allows him to be a servant, leave, and come back. And when he comes back, he says, is there anything else I can do for you? And if I can say yes, that means he stayed. Now, when he comes back to drop the coffee off, he doesn't get on the same side. Now there's 3 on the same side. He still comes in on this side. And he might say, would you like a Coke or Pepsi or what have you, okay? So sometimes the one calling in is the one that needs to leave. Okay? All right. Go back to your seats. Yeah, I know you like that spot. You're good in that spot. Normally I let you have that spot, but all right now. Now, so the words when, who, how, why. Those are the 4 words discussed. Now, I want to ask you guys a question, all right? When a client is leaving empty-handed, why is it okay to let them leave without somebody coming in to help you close?
It's not.
You're right. But why do we do it all the time?
Laziness? Greediness?
All right, good word. Thank you. Appreciate your honesty. Jealousy.
Maybe they're not available.
Or maybe, or we got a new person, she doesn't know as much. Come on, guys. Let me share something with you. Last night in the hotel room, after talking to our fearless owner last night, we had dinner together, I came up with 7 absolutes. I have an account I go to in Texas every year. They have 34. 34 things that happen to every client before they leave. I just came up with 7. If this company was mine, one of our absolutes would be everybody not closed is team sold or TO'd. Why, Shane? Closing ratio goes up 50% when you do it. And if it's the owner's blessing, if he comes out, it goes up 75%. Will you help him come out and close sales? All the time. Now, you said maybe somebody's not available. True, I can believe that, especially Christmas time. But how about the other 11 months? %50 increase in the closing ratio. I worked with a person I didn't like, but I TO'd to him a lot because, man, their profile was opposite of mine. And we team sold great. I didn't hang out with them after work. We didn't go out and party or have beers or something together. But their profile was exactly opposite of mine, and I needed them at work, and they were real good. Greed and jealousy doesn't have any place on a sales floor, does it? Since you brought that up, does it?
Nope.
Does not. I want clients walking out thinking we are the greatest sales team on the planet. All right? So we should have, let me just give you the 7 absolutes I came up with last night. Are you ready? Number 1, sweet spot covered. That's where we greet from. And the sweet spot in this store, you should never greet behind an island. The sweet spot in this store is on the client's right coming in. This store has a definite sweet spot, and the sweet spot in this store is right here, at the corner of this case, because I'm on the client's right coming in, not their left. What happens when you greet behind the case? Power position. How many times when people come in is everybody in the back? Huh?
Very few.
Good. We're on the floor, right? Absolute number 2. Everybody smiled at, acknowledged, greeted, and talked to in 5 seconds. And you know what's really interesting is when I started in this industry, it's called the 30-second rule. 43 years later, it's the 5-second rule. That's how more impatient people have gotten shopping. Number 3, star this one, please. Everybody not closed is team sold or TO'd. Everybody that is not closed is team sold or TO'd. That one should be a big star. Number 4, I'll try for an add-on on every ticket. I see you got the pads done with lines, so we can write a lot of stuff because that's new from when I was here last time. That's great. Appreciate it. Number 5, star this one and underline it. You ready? Everybody's wow. Approximately, how many diamonds did we sell last year over a carat? Approximately. 50? One a week. I'd like one a day better. Would you like that?
Sure do.
Shane, you have people doing that. Yeah, I've got people that are selling 500 to 1,000 carats a year. They're averaging 3 a day. From wow momentum. It takes a while to get momentum. 3 to 7 years it takes to get momentum. We've been in this location 6 years. It takes a while to get momentum. But I want wow momentum. What's number 5? Say it louder.
Everybody is wowed.
Wait for battery. Oh, gotta show you something while you wait. Guess what's involved? Check this out. Do you know what's interesting? I have never had a client get mad to show them something gorgeous. In 4,500 stores, I've never had this. Email, text, or what have you. Guy comes in to get a battery, put in his timepiece. He buys 1 carat, takes it home to his wife, and she's pissed off because he's bought one. She shot him and killed him dead. Have you read that? You've read that.
Detroit Press.
If it was stolen.
Yeah.
You've not read that. Wow, it gets you yells. Lots of them. 1983, the only year we tracked this, we sold 62 people waiting for a watch battery at Carrot. 62 people that year waiting for a battery bought at Carrot. 62. That's a lot of diamonds, guys. Number 6, I'll get all information for proper follow-up and clienteling. It's called proactive salesmanship. Thank you cards, emails, birthdays, anniversaries, all the information for proper follow-up. Most stores need to work on clienteling a lot. I have a presentation on it. It's called proactive salesmanship. And most stores need to work on that a lot. Number 7. We'll walk every client to the door, give them 2 cards, tell them to give one to a friend, tell them thanks for coming in, whether they purchased or they didn't. It's called old-fashioned salesmanship. When I was a young man starting 43 years ago, if I wouldn't have walked the client to the door, Mr. Patterson called me in the back. If I'd have done it again, I'd have gotten fired. Do you know what we do? We'll write up a repair tech in the back and let the client walk out. Did you know on the way out, they're more casual on the way out, and on the way out they'll stop and look at something. Did you know there's something that's called selling on the way out? You can sell as much on the way out as you can on the way in. 7 absolutes. Number 7, everybody has walked to the door. That's why I asked for the cards for it. Give them 2 cards. Tell them to give one to a friend. Tell them thanks for coming in. Just 7. Is that too many? Is that too many absolutes? No. What would happen if everybody was wowed? What would happen if we walked everybody to the door? How about number 3? What was number 3? Somebody read that one.
Team sold or TO.
Closing ratio goes up. Team selling 50%. The owner comes in, it goes up 75%. You bring in a technician like Sammy from the back, not a salesperson, is but isn't. Bring somebody back that's a jeweler. They got a visor on their head, hand, a little rouge on their fingers, the one working on it.
I got it.
Is that a
Yeah.
Very good.
all right. Let's lock the front door.
No, let's bring them in so we can walk.
Let's lock the front door. 45 minutes.
So all the cards.
Can we lock that front door?
No, the outside.
Outside.
Yeah, lock in.
Come back.
Can somebody put a key in that, please? Thank you. What time do we open?
10.
That's what I thought.
We're always open.
We're always open.
Doesn't matter if we're
Can,
closed or
well, there's a pause. So, in my observation, number 6 is actually the hardest one out of all of these for, I think, for this staff particularly, and I think for most staff. I don't mean to single you guys out, but can you talk about number 6 and the ways to overcome?
I have a 3-hour presentation on
Okay.
clienteling. So
Okay.
I appreciate that, but it's called proactive salesmanship.
Okay.
And there's tons of proactive salesmanship we should be doing that most stores don't do any at all. Some stores, not all, don't even send out thank you cards.
Yeah.
And I want you to send them out on every client, every battery client, every Pandora client, every repair client,
Yeah.
every purchase. $5, $5,000.
Yeah.
Every client.
Okay.
Thank
So-
you card.
Yeah, I guess the part about number 6 that I was particularly interested in was the actual capturing of the information in terms of.
I'll talk to you about that when I'm done.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to closing.